What's up everyone, this is CyberKnight 8610, and today we have our Blue Eyes White Dragon deck profile. Using of course, the recent structure that came out, I bought 3 of them, and basically for this deck profile, I thought it would go with more of a standard build, and then I was thinking maybe in a few more days, we will then do the Blue Eyes Heritic build, because I know there's people wanting that build as well, so, but for now, I thought I kind of wanted to go with the more standard thing, since you can basically get 3 of the structure decks and build, you know, this kind of build, really. With a few changes. Alright, first off, we have our 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. I'm using my older ones, of course. You gotta use the ones like the original artwork. I have 1 from the starter deck, you know, I think 2 are from the Kaibo Duelist pack, I think is where they like reprinted the old artwork. So yeah, just because I'm an older player, I gotta have the older artworks instead of the newer ones. Alright, we also have 3 of the Maiden with the Eyes of Blue. So yeah, another great card, of course. One of the newer cards, helps you bring out Blue Eyes White Dragon easier. It's, you know, pretty basic. Alright, we also have 3, the White Stone of Legend. Another great card for Blue Eyes White Dragon, another tuner monster as well. So, yeah, it's really nice to be able to use Synchro monsters with Blue Eyes, because just about all these level 1 monsters, I believe, are all tuner monsters. Okay, since I have a little bit of Light and Darkness use in this, I'm using Eclipse Wyvern. It's a great dragon card, of course, since I am taking a little bit of the Chaos stuff, but it's not really the Chaos build as much. Alright, we have 3 Darkstorm of Dragon, a great card. It's, you know, it's Gemini monster, so it does count as a normal monster, and yeah, it's just a great monster in there. It's actually in the structure deck, so I thought that was pretty awesome, and it combos well with Rider of the Stormwinds, which is another one of the newer Blue Eyes cards. Since we're using all these dragons, of course, you gotta use Red Eyes Darkness Metals, so that's, you know, I feel like that's pretty basic. And then we're also using a Divine Dragon Apocalypse, another great dragon card, of course. Alright, out of the newer cards, again, we have 2 of the Rider of the Stormwinds, another great card for dragons and stuff. It's another tuner monster, so you can go for more synchros, so yeah. I'm only running 2 right now. I've seen a few people run 3. I feel like 2 is a pretty good number at the moment. Alright, since, like I said, we have some Light and Darkness, because we're using a little bit of the Chaos, so we're also going to use, of course, a Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning. So it's nice to be able to have access to a strong monster like that. And then with, I think I have a lot more lights, of course, in this deck. Of course, Blue Eyes White Dragon being a light monster. I was going to test out Honest, of course. You get one of them out of structure deck. I'm using one of the ultra rare ones I got from the Twilight Edition. So yeah, I thought I would use that, of course, because Blue Eyes is strong enough, but you freaking have Honest with it, and then you have one heck of a strong monster. Alright, now with our spell cards, we have 2 cards of Consonance. With the dragon monsters that we have, especially like White Stone of Legend, this great card. I feel like 2 is a good number. This is something I've been debating on a lot, because we also have 2 trade-in. That's another one that I've been thinking, should I run 3, should I go with 2? So far, 2, I've had less problems with it being a dead draw, even though I have a pretty good number of targets. I think I have 6 targets for trade-in. Yeah, I think it's 6 or 7. So, you know, it works out pretty well. I felt like 3 was a little bit much, and a few of the testings, it seemed to dead draw a little bit. So yeah, I kind of like it at 2 at the moment, but I might change that to 3 later on. Like I said, we'll probably have an update. Let's see, we're going to have 3 of the Dragon Shrines. It helps you get your Dragon Monsters to the graveyard and stuff too for other plays, so it works out great. It's of course one of the newer cards. And then we have 3 Silver's Cry. It's basically sort of like a Monster Reborn for normal dragons, which works out great because, you know, of course, Blue Eyes. So yeah, I love the artwork too of that. Looks really nice. And then kind of for our staple cards, we have Dark Hole, 3 Mystical Space Typhoons. I mean, I feel like that's basically for everything. 2 Forbidden Lance, another one that I pretty much use for everything. And then we're going to move on to trap cards. Alright, we have 1 Compulse, which is, we got a nice reprint of this too, being in the structure deck, so I like that. Even though it is to 1 now, it's nice to get a reprint. Bottomless Trap Hole, Soul Morning, I mean, just kind of basic stuff, really. And then 2 Phoenix Chains, another really nice reprint from that structure deck. So I've been pretty much using these and everything as well now, since with Heavy Storm gone, stuff, Phoenix Chains a lot better. So is cards like Safe Zone, but of course I don't have Safe Zones, or I would probably switch out to those. Safe Zones got really expensive now. So yeah, hopefully those will get reprinted. Now for the extra deck. Alright, we have 2 Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. I feel like 2 is a good number. 3 seemed overkill. So yeah, of course, the new dragon card, pretty easy to bring out with all these tuner monsters, so that's really nice. Catastor, because it's possible to bring him out, so yeah, I like Catastor. He's probably, even though we have that newer synchro, which I can't remember the name for some reason at the moment, forgive me for that, but I still like Catastor a little bit better. It's like my favorite of all the level 5 synchros, so yeah, I feel like it's pretty much one you always need to run if it's possible. And then I'm trying out Star Eater, just because it is possible, and yeah, it gives me an excuse to run the new synchro, so why not? Great card, too. I mean, it is a really good card. Now for our XC monsters. Since we have all these level 8s, I wanted to try out 2 of the number 107 Galaxy-Eyes Tachyon Dragon. I can't wait until we get Felgrand Dragon Knight in English, which I guess will be November. And that's actually a better, I guess, rank 8 XC. But for now we have Tachyon Dragon, which works out really well. So yeah, I feel like 2 is a good number. Extra deck is always something I never know on deck profiles, because I feel like I always change those around, it seems like. Let's see, Thunder End Dragon, another great card. You combine normal dragons into this, so that's awesome. And then, of course, Heritic Sun Dragon Overlord Helopolis. This will be probably what I'll take out, of course, when the Felgrand Dragon Knight comes out, of course. Just kind of fill in just because it's possible, and it still has a pretty good effect. Alright, since it is possible to go for rank 4s, I do have some rank 4s in this deck. We're using Queen Dragon Jin. Great card that works well with dragons. It protects dragons, so I was like, you know, that might be worth trying out. The Lawful Chain, Dagosto Emerald, I mean, just kind of basic stuff, really. Maestro, Cowboy, Photon Pellet Operative, and since we have a lot of level 1, Slacker Magician. I thought it'd be good to try out. So yep, that is the deck. Like I said, this is pretty much standard. I like to, whenever a new structure deck comes out, I like to make more of a standard build, and as close to budget as possible. I know not everything in here is really budget, but I try to go pretty close to budget. Extra deck's pretty much whatever you want to do on that. I mean, you're going to need some rank 8s, but yeah, I mean, of course you're going to need like the Silver Dragon and stuff, which you should be able to get easily, especially out of 3 structure decks. So yeah, tell me what you guys think of this build. Thank you for watching. We'll try to have some duels soon using this build. I've recorded some other duels using other builds so far. I need to, yeah, I think this is the only one where I haven't recorded yet. And yeah, of course there's other deck profiles too. I'm planning to have a lot of deck profiles this week. I know I've been promising a lot of different ones. Going to try to get them all done this week, and I hope you guys will enjoy this. Like I said, probably have a Heretic build too later on this week as well, if you guys want to see that too. As always though, thank you for watching. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.